Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Republic of Players podcast. This is episode 2, season 3.
Take
We're
three.
back. Take 3. Nobody knows. They're all deleted in. We did have some, we weren't going to mention it, but we did have some slight technical issues. That's why we're a half an hour late. But if you are joining us, welcome in. We're going to be talking video games and a lot of the news that is going on in the video game industry. My name is Ronan Fox. Nearly got that one wrong. Jesus. We're on one tonight.
I thought you was like a Mona Fox.
Yeah, feel like that after the last half hour. Paddy Toner, what's happening, Paddy?
Not so bad. Enjoying life, chilling. Like a bit it's cold today.
It is cold, yeah.
The weather turned. There was a brisk breeze from the north. From the north, winter's coming.
Monday was the summer, Tuesday, Wednesday was the autumn, and now it's the winter.
Yeah, last week you was looking for sun cream, and this week I'm looking for a blanket. I tell you, it's like some difference. The Irish weather.
Have the fire on, burning a bit of turf.
Yeah, so do I. No turf here though. Coal and sticks. Worst coal around. Bloody coal.
Wet coal, is it?
Wet coal.
Dirty, wet coal.
Yeah, dirty, wet. That smokeless coal. I see smoke, you lying bastards.
The Calco nuggets.
All smokeless coal is they just throw a bucket of water on it before they hand it to you.
Yeah, that's it. It's not smoking anymore, and it doesn't burn either.
What's happening, friends in the chat? Aidan McCallion, how are you doing?
Good. I'm excited to talk about the decline in the video game industry.
Yeah, like there's a little bit of positivity, but we're there's a lot of.
You seem to be having a great time with the new Tarkov stuff, and I'm happy for you.
Yeah. So I suppose the highlights of the show are we're going to talk a little bit more about Ubisoft. There is a few in the community that want kind of more of the details about what's going on there. Tarkov got a new patch today, which looks absolutely amazing. News on Assassin's Creed Shadows. We have everything that was announced at State of Play, and I want to have a conversation about that and talk about were people excited for that show? Was it a little bit over exaggerated on how good it was? I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on that one. And PlayStation Plus has a really, really stacked lineup for next month, so we'll go over the games that are going to be released for that. Let's start off with Ubisoft, guys.
Straight to the bad one.
Straight to the bad one. Let's get the bad one out of the way. I want to have a look at the article here, and the article reads: Ubisoft workers urged to strike in October over return to office. Nobody wants to work in the office anymore.
No. Isn't Microsoft doing the same thing? A lot of people are pushing to get people back to the office. They reckon it's not as productive. It's just not happening. In certain ways, like I'm not an office person myself, but I have done courses and stuff that I have to do from the house, and it is different. It is a lot different, like than going in. But I personally would stay in the house forever. I have no bother staying at home working. But a lot of people don't want that. Some people want to mix, go into work and mix. One of my friends actually works in Letterkenny, and he has the choice between working at home or working in office, and he goes to the office. So
some people need that.
It's not for everybody.
It's definitely not for everyone. I work from home, and I have to go into the office not that much. There is other roles that obviously you need to be on site if you're an instructor, and I mean I like it. It suits my, I suppose, the way I am, and I find that I get a lot more work done at home in the home office rather than going into one of the centres, because usually it's Ronan's in the centre, he can fix this for me, and my work just gets put on the back burner. So in a way, like, I'm very much productive in my role at home, but it is definitely nice and also important to go in and socialise, even if you're not getting that much work done. Look, I understand there's probably what Ubisoft are probably doing is it's just back to the office 5 days a week. And I think people have got used to that work-life balance where, okay, I'm on lunch now, I can go and cut the grass, or I can, take the washing out, or, do stuff that you don't need to do in the evening time when you're tired after a day's work. So
it's saving multiple hundreds of euros a month.
Yeah.
It's a bit,
definitely.
That's it. But as well, though, I think some jobs you need to have people around each other for the creative process. I think it's better to have a bunch of people talking. Personally, I think it is because it's easy. Like if I'm talking to you and we're talking about something, like ideas would spark quicker in my head because you are saying something different than what I'd say, but it makes me think something different. You know, that kind of way. So I
Yeah.
think it probably does it for a creative thing. I think it's better to be around other people.
I think the tools that we have now have made it very easy to be around people without having to be in the same room.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Because
It's
research is kind of 50-50 on whether which is more productive. It's like depending on who you ask. It seems like it's very much a depends on the person kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of technology there as well with like keeping people's keystrokes and knowing what they're doing and like that a lot of tracking and stuff like that. Lads just leaving their pen on one key or something. Like they're there.
There's apps for that now, Paddy.
Is there? Or apps for that? Okay.
I'm
I'm behind and all that. But you know yourself, like the people that are running these things are like they're old, a lot older generation. No harm to them. Like they're not as put forward as we would be with technology. Like so the stuff like with the camera, like you can have a video of yourself playing and just recording sitting there, playing them a video that you're sitting there all day and you wouldn't be there at all. There's stuff like that.
Just a little bit of detail on kind of this Ubisoft doing it is, so Ubisoft have been doing it for, and I suppose this is the same with every other company, they've been doing it for more than 5 years, and a lot of the workers say that they can work efficiently with in their remote work environment, and many of the workers have kind of rebuilt their lives, their family life, their housing, parenting to, based on being able to work at home. So changing it overnight might be a detriment to.
There's also a lot of people that don't
people.
live in that city anymore.
Yeah, people probably moved away and got cheaper housing, and so it's an interesting one. But does anyone want to kind of give a little bit of background about what's going on with Ubisoft at the moment? Just maybe a little bit of a highlight of what we covered last week.
Aiden?
Their sales aren't doing very good, and they don't really know why. That is the biggest problem they have.
But everyone else does, isn't that right?
Yeah, yeah. They have all these IPs. They're pretty confident in them, and they're putting the games out, and people just aren't buying them the way they think they should.
But they're putting the same game out, regardless of what IP it is. It's the same open world map full of stuff to do.
A tower, get a map full of things that need to be cleaned.
Like, give a Splinter Cell. Just bring out a Splinter Cell game, a story-driven game.
We'll give you an anime for some reason.
Yeah, the anime looks good, to be fair, but like maybe that's what I was thinking, that maybe it is an actual, I don't know, an introduction to here's a game, but I don't like. Who knows?
Is things just at the minute the way the world is, like everything is so expensive? Is it like really that the game and things being put onto the back burner for a lot of people? Like you'd put the gaming would be one of the last things on your list if you're trying to support a family. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that, like
I don't disagree with this at all.
No, but I said like exactly what's happening because everybody's struggling. Like every industry you look at is having problems. Like it doesn't matter what it is. Maybe the gambling industry is probably doing good, but the rest is doing like finding it very hard.
And
like
games
what is,
have like
isn't that
games
like
have tried it.
No, sorry.
Games have tried a thing where they're like, okay, we're going to raise the prices by 10 quid, but really that we're raising the prices by 50 quid and we're hiding it by saying like, you can buy the base edition that losers would buy for 80 quid, but the real game cost 120.
Losers, you can't, you get free DLC. It's not free.
It's not free. Basic edition is €80 for basic people.
But it's
for basic people.
But the problem is, well, the euro's in the bloody hole as well. That's not helping things. Yeah. And that's not helping things. It's just the economy. Let's get into economics now. Joking.
But doesn't that give companies like that, like, let's go back to the drawing board. I'm actually going to take EA as an example here. So EA, they have all their big IPs, but they also have these amazing indie style IPs as well.
AA games.
Yeah, Paddy, you and I played one on the stream last week.
It Takes Two. It took me a long time to get through it.
But phenomenal. Yeah, there's probably some great clips from that. But I had a lot of fun playing it, and they had a way out, and it's a step away from the big open world, massive AAA games. Like, people don't want all them all the time. Like, people don't have time to play them, and when I buy a game, I want to be able to say, right, do I want to explore a world that there's 50 different games where I could do that, or do I want to kind of watch a movie style, have a game that's like movie style, which is focused story that you can enjoy and you can get through it in 2 or 3 nights of
I
playing.
thought, like, just even touching on the state of play, I thought that the games of state of play were a little bit different. They've kind of it shifted a little bit to a different way of with gaming. Like they're more hack and slashers were this year than I've seen before.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah, there's a lot of like look, a lot of them are from software games, that type of game looking to me. And I mean they did. It was a bit different than it was. There's not that many shooters as there used to be.
I was personally a little bit let down by it.
You think?
I have to say, I thought, like, what games did we actually get? So let's go through them, and you tell me which one you're going to dump 80 quid into. Yeah,
Well,
are
none of
you
them,
going to
but-
get Horizon remastered?
Well,
'Cause
definitely not. No.
Oh,
I don't think that needs a remaster. Like, that's a joke.
why? Why?
Yeah, I don't understand that. I don't. Well, it's the same thing as The Last of Us. The Last of Us has been remastered. The remaster got a remaster. Like, relax there, lads. Relax.
Yeah, but that
That's Sony doing Sony
likes
things.
PlayStation likes to pretend that The Last of Us is art for some reason.
Yeah, but it is a good game. But it's
It's a
not.
good game, yeah, but it's
yeah,
not
it's not-
art. They think it's like the Mona Lisa of games.
Last of Us 1 is a phenomenal game. Last of Us 2 is a good game, but
That
mean-
there's a few games there I thought were, Hell is Us. That
Hell is
looked-
Us is the
yeah,
top.
that
top
yeah,
of my
that
list.
looked very interesting. Like that's a hack and slash horror mixed with some futuristic tech. That's the way I wrote down. Like, and that's kind of interesting and kind of going a different way about it. But like, there's a few games that were kind of like they reminded me of From Software with the mix with a little bit of RTS kind of games where it was back with medieval times kind of games. There was a lot of that.
Like that Arc Age Chronicles.
Yeah, I think that's what it was called. A Dragon Age was there as well. The Veil Guard.
If you want to talk about a good remaster, Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver 1 and 2, like that's a great one.
I'm so happy.
I thought they remastered that already. I'm losing it in my head.
But
No.
I think it's not going to be a remake. It's just going to be improved
Yeah,
visuals.
make it
It's
look
not-
better. I seen that
Yeah.
when they're going over it. I but like I don't know. I would like they say all these PS5 games. Didn't say it was going to any other consoles, but there's a lot
Lego
of VR games.
Horizon. Anyone?
No, the
Like-
Sonic game looked good.
Like people were blowing up saying this is one of the greatest shows that state of play. Like it ended very well. I think getting a new Ghost, I think, is a great way to end it. People absolutely loved the original game. I put a little bit of time into the first Ghost. It didn't really grab me, but also it's because I was playing Elden Ring at the time, and nothing was going to take my attention away from that. So
Makes
I'm
sense.
not gonna like judge the Ghost game because it's definitely a game that I need to put a little bit of time into. But a lot of people love that game. I'm glad a second one is coming. I think it shows the success of the first one, and it's great that some of these exclusives have that success that they can go and make a second, especially Sony exclusives.
Oh, yeah,
Anyway.
that's the one you're talking about. Arcade Chronicles.
Yes.
That's online as well, and it does look and it's dragons. Come on.
Yeah, I think it looks.
I thought it looked pretty good.
Looks really pretty as well.
But that's what I say. A lot of these games were hack and slash. A lot of them were hack and slash games.
Aye,
that
we kind of are in Elden Ring has changed. Well, From in general has kind of changed the game industry in a lot of ways.
yeah.
That
And
is the
Keanu
thing.
Reeves is in the new Sonic game. Which
That's
is
cool. I like
Yeah.
that. I think that's
Cool.
really cool.
and like Sonic has an absolute like tribe of a following. Like it's like my brother was talking about the other day, and he was like, I said, "Oh yeah, the way you love it." He goes, "No, people love it more than me."
A whole
It's like,
maybe.
I was like, okay, because he's obsessed with Sonic. He always has been.
What do
He
you
was
call
like,
it?
He was like, "Can you get me a Dreamcast so I can play the one that was on that?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll try."
Yeah.
He
Um,
did- Pause for effect.
Go ahead, buddy.
Aidan, you wanted to say something?
I just gonna say, well, like Lego games are very popular. That Lego Horizons, it looks like I don't know why you would announce a Lego Horizons game and a Horizons remaster in the same thing. I think they both take away from each other.
Yeah.
What else? Alan Wake DLC. God, I'm excited.
Yeah, that looked good. That did look good.
Alan Wake 2, fantastic. Alan Wake
the
1,
I haven't
fantastic.
played first one or the main Alan Wake 2 yet.
The Lake House, Epic Games.
If you haven't played Control, play Control and play Alan Wake 2. That is just some
Yeah.
masterpiece
brilliant.
first-person games or first single-player games.
There was Monster Hunter Wild as well.
It's worth selling 1 billion copies.
Yeah, Monster Hunter is very, very popular.
Yeah.
I don't think I got to the very end of it, but I was watching. I honestly, I know it probably wasn't the best ever, but like from what we've been getting, at least PS5 are bringing some games out. Like it's been very little the last few years.
I'm incredibly interested to try the new Astrobot. Uh, just watching the trailer for the DLC.
They're trying to get that Astrobot with like speed runs and stuff like that. Isn't that what they're trying to do? It looks
Well,
like kind
even
of Mario Party kind of
yeah, well,
stuff.
even the Astrobot that came out on launch PS5 has a speedrun mode where they remove all the faff and just let you play the levels.
Nice,
And like I
nice.
know a lot of people are really into that. That's a really tight platformer. It's a very good game.
I,
I'm
I'm
really
a-
excited for the
I'm
new one,
actually
but
I thought
80 quid.
80 quid. Holy crap! I thought you would like it, Ron, to be honest, because it was kind of all.
No, I'm flicking through them here, and I don't see one game that that I say like I'm definitely
Even
getting
that,
that day one.
like that Arc Age Chronicles one, that looks good. Or
Where
them
is
two,
that? Like
or
I must have missed that.
Hell is Us
Hell
is
is
really
Us
good.
is yeah.
Is it
That's kind of
Arch Age? So is
well,
it
like
ARCH?
you say that okay, and I think the issue is in your first comment is games that try to copy from software usually don't get it right. Like there's always for me when I play a Souls like is what they're called.
Yeah.
I just want to go back to playing the original, like Elden
Some of them
Ring
are
But
very
or
good.
Bloodborne. Some of
but
them
it,
are good. Lies of
Life
P
of
is
Pi,
amazing.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, but
that's the best one I played.
it's
it's
really
more
good.
about the I think it more look kind of like the like the Batman movement, that kind of button bashing kind of thing. I don't think I'm
Yeah,
not sure. It's
that's not for me though. Like beat 'em
yeah,
ups.
yeah, but it's a hack and slash. I think more than the
Yeah, no,
um.
I'm not really into hack and slash games.
How are we feeling about VR assassinations?
Yeah, great.
Yeah, that's a day one for me if I can get my hands on a VR kit for the PlayStation.
I saw
Is
that
that?
they have a thing. They have an adapter so you can plug it into PC now.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh yes, that's
So
great.
the PSVR 2 has suddenly gone kind of up in my estimation. I'm
I
not
have
thinking
a
about one.
Meta Quest. It'll hardly work on that, will it?
I don't actually know. I also have one of them. I
I'll
love
stream
that
it for
thing.
you, Paddy.
I'm not allowed to get a VR.
Why?
Wife said I'm not allowed one.
You're not allowed one.
Worried about the porn.
Yeah. Shh, shh. This is a PG show, lads. This is a PG show.
uh,
Metro Awakening is also a
That
VR
will
VR.
game.
be that will be creepy as hell. That'll
Yeah,
be really cool in VR. Those Metro games are like
I love the
tense.
Metro series.
Yeah, that was on the VR. Well, there was a few VR games. Did I write them down though?
Like
That's the thing.
Metro is not a million miles away from the Tarkov universe, Aiden. If you want to get like a comparison, like Metro,
That
Stalker,
gritty.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
very similar. Like I think they all come
Russian.
from the Stalker series, yeah, Russian, and they all have that same kind of art style, and that just the world is screwed basically.
Yeah.
But
Nothing's
yeah, it's,
happy.
like Metro is brilliant, and definitely VR. Like I still need to play a game in VR. I think Resident Evil is probably up being the top one that I played, but I still
that's
need to play a
awesome.
VR except for racing games that I'm
I want to
like
play VR
blown
as well.
away.
We need to start like a protest. Tell the wife. Oh, I won't. We can block. Say you can block the old P
Paddy
word.
needs VR.
Yeah, you
Paddy
can block.
needs
We can
VR.
block the P. She'll come in she come in the room and on like hello. There's as well. Pal World has come out on the PS5,
Hmm.
but it's not out in Japan.
Not in
because-
Japan.
Yeah, because of the lawsuit.
By the way, I feel vindicated. The lawsuit has nothing to do with the art copywriting. It's about catching patents.
Yeah,
So
about the ball.
Yeah.
We
I
mentioned
feel
that last week, didn't we?
No,
I
we
don't
didn't.
think so.
The details weren't out that stage. We thought it was all about
Okay.
about art.
Maybe I read it during the week. But yeah, it's about throwing a ball, isn't it? And
Yeah, and
catching an
catching.
animal. That's what they're.
But also, this is a patent that was granted to Nintendo in 2023. I feel really, really weird about this entire thing.
Yeah, it looks like somebody was like, "Oh, somebody's gonna do that." They eventually figured it out.
It feels
Is
like
it-
they looked for this patent knowing the Palworld was coming out, and they were like, "We can't get them for the art. We need to figure out another way to screw them."
Like, there's a good chance that lads going working for indie companies have worked for Nintendo. Like, there's a good chance, and they were like, "Oh, these lads are doing this. This is this is happening." You never know what's going on in except for the people going striking.
Yeah.
I think that's it about the.
Yeah. So I do want to talk about PS Plus games for next month, because usually a lot of people give out about PS Plus games and they come out and they're not great. But what I like is when games come out that you've never experienced or you haven't purchased yet and they're on your list. And there's a few here. So first one is not one that's on my list, but it's Doki Doki Literature Club Plus, which I've never heard of.
So do you like horror?
Yeah.
Doki Doki Literature Club is a game that I will tell you nothing about, but it is well worth a look.
Okay.
It's very out there and weird, but it is a very good story.
I hate to tell you, we're an informational show. It's like, not telling you, lads.
But it's definitely a game that the less you know about it, the better.
All right.
Give us the genre, maybe.
Horror.
Yeah, high school Japanese horror.
Okay. All right. Hack and slash.
No, it's what do you call it? It is a what do you call it? A visual novel.
Yeah.
Oh, visual novel. Very good. I'll check it out.
2 massive games are next. Dead Space remake. The original Dead Space is like one of the greatest horror games ever made. Definitely sci-fi horror. Like, it is outrageous how good that game is.
Yeah.
And the remake, I actually played a little bit of the remake. I think it was on Game Pass, I believe. And I was like, I need a new graphics card for this before I can fully enjoy it. So I'm going to play it on the PlayStation. I think it's a perfect game to have on a big TV. If you do like survival horrors like Resident Evil and any style of game like that, Silent Hill, this game is right up there with the best of them. And
nice.
It's an absolute classic. And then the last one, which I actually bought last month for my kids. And well, it is what it is. I think it was on sale, so
it always happens.
Not too bad. WWE 2K24. I was so surprised with how much fun this game is. It reminded me of the old SmackDown versus Raw games, and it was just a hell of a lot of fun. The
last 2 years have been very good.
I couldn't believe it, Aidan. Honestly, it was like playing one of the old games again. There's like a showcase where you go in and you play historical matches.
You try and hit the spots.
If you do a certain move, then it'll flick to real life. I was buzzed looking at that because it was showing all the old school wrestling, and yeah, definitely one to pick up. It's a very, very good game. So
it's also a series that struggled for years, been really, really bad. But yeah, 23 and 24 have been like really solid games.
And on that news as well, there's a Vince McMahon documentary out on Netflix. If anyone wants to watch it and see how it goes, it goes through.
He's a bit scumbag.
Yeah, it goes through his history on how he started, and what he done, and what he shouldn't have done, and stuff. Like he's a bit of a bad man, but he's a billionaire. So what do you expect? I suppose. But it's good. I watched it. I binge watched it last night. But it's definitely interesting if you're into watching the history. I'd be honest, like if I'm scrolling through Facebook, I don't watch wrestling anymore, but like if I'm scrolling through Facebook and I see like lads coming up in podcasts like Shawn Michaels or anyone like The Rock or Undertaker talking about it, I'll always stop and watch it because it's interesting to see the history of what they did. Wrestling was a lot different back then than it is now. I think it changes all the time. I think it has to change all the time.
Yeah, it's in a good place now.
It's a great place now.
The kids say.
This is the first generation where it's not carnies, it's like fans became wrestlers, and that created a much better everything in a lot of ways.
They're going back to P or 14s now, isn't it? Or PG? They're not PG.
Yeah,
anymore.
it won't be PG. They'll probably still try to keep as PG as possible because I know their toy deal likes them to be very PG. But
like they were very violent in the past.
Yeah,
it was bad.
The big problem now they're having is that the USA Network and Fox were censoring the audience, and that just is really bad when you're watching it. And like there are people chanting "Holy shit!" and it's "Holy sound cuts, holy sound cuts." That's terrible. So even just getting rid of that when they go to Netflix will be a nice change.
I used to really hate that when we were watching UFC and it would be 4, 5, 6 in the morning, and then it would get past that right hour, so like 5 in the morning, and there's a Conor McGregor trying to say something, and he starts swearing, and they just block out the last bit. It's like, oh yeah, we stayed up all night to watch this, but Conor McGregor can't talk. Yeah, he can't hear Conor McGregor talking.
Yeah,
it's so annoying. TV censors, how dare you, motherfucker.
It's brilliant.
Beep.
So I'm just wondering, Paddy, is your wife into Batman?
I'm Batman. So yes.
I'm Batman. Well, maybe you could buy her a VR headset for
Yeah.
300 quid. The Meta Quest
So you're saying,
3S.
put that on her so she can pretend I actually am Batman.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Kinky enough, kinky.
It is, yeah.
Kinky.
This is a
So
good deal by the looks of
yeah,
it.
there's a bundle coming out. I actually have the Meta Quest 2, and I was really surprised with the quality of it. I think it's a really good VR headset. And there is, Batman Arkham Shadow is coming with this one. So who doesn't want to be Batman?
I'm Batman. Have you? I'll be honest. Like, have you ever seen me and Batman in the same room together? That's how you know. That's how you know. Anyway, so please do drop a like on the stream if you're watching this after this. How are you?
How are you keeping?
How's it going there, Mouse?
The Quest 3S is like it's a Quest 3 with the Quest 2 lenses. So it has the same upgraded chip as the Quest 3, and it has the new controllers, and it has as far as I know, a much improved battery life, but it has the same screens that the Quest 2 had. And it's only 300 quid.
When's Apple's version coming?
It did for like $2.5
billion.
grand.
Oh, is it still out? I didn't know it was out.
It came out, yeah. They have the Vision Pro.
Yeah, imagine that thing. Imagine what it's gonna be like in like 20 years. We're gonna be walking around with a little bit of glasses and just flick and just like, or in VR now. Start walking around. I can't wait.
Probably right. The stuff that I saw of that Vision Pro, it's really expensive, but like you can like just wear it and walk around because the cameras are so good. You can like live with it.
But that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna have it on glass and you're gonna walk around and you're gonna see everyone else's social media profiles and you're gonna see
stop.
That's what's gonna happen. Ding 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 ding. Or you'll switch and see the drone and see where you're walking and you'll have drones everywhere. And
anyone remember the Black Mirror episode where everybody gets rated by everybody constantly?
Yes. What a show.
That episode made me want to kill myself. I'm like, oh my god, that is my absolute nightmare.
Is there a system like that in Japan or is it China? Sorry,
China, the social reputation.
System. That's not good.
It's literally my nightmare.
I'd still be down as low as I am. It wouldn't help me at all. The next thing they'd be able to read our minds, then we're definitely gone. Mind crimes.
The Game Pass is getting a few extra titles, guys.
Yes.
I actually like Game Pass. I have it the last year. Sometimes I'll not pay for the subscription and take a break, but it's definitely something that I keep going back to. There's a massive library of games there, and it's great that you can have it on the PC and play all the Xbox exclusives without having an Xbox.
Yep.
Let's go through kind of what we have here. So I'm just bringing it up on screen here. Some of the big ones are StarCraft is getting remastered. That's coming out November 5th. StarCraft 2 with that.
I think
also
that's really
November
cool.
5th. The new Indiana Jones game is coming December 9th, and there's a new Age of Mythology. I don't know whether anyone has played those games, but very like Age of Empires. Pretty decent.
Yes.
So yeah, a few games going to be released on it, but like every month there's a new game, and I do like the fact that all the exclusives do come directly onto it and you can try them out. Sadly, I did try Starfield on it and it was an absolute disaster, but there's a word on the street that thing is improving, but I don't know.
I think that's more the game and not Game Pass.
Yeah. I do like them for the Xbox, the RTS games.
So do I.
But Game Pass is good. It's decent.
Frostpunk 2 is out. It was added after we talked about it last week. Amazing. Nice. I played like half an hour of it. It's that game you just need to try out and hopefully you're okay after it.
Let that misery embrace you.
Yeah, but it's great. It is so unique and different. Great game.
I don't know if I'm the only one, but I'm super hyped for that Indiana Jones game. I think it looks incredible.
Do you run away from a boulder?
Probably. There's an Indiana Jones game for the PS2 that was one of my favorite games of all time. I loved it. I'm just like
I had it on PC and same one.
It's such a good game. It's such a good hand-to-hand combat system for its time.
Do you remember the old ones on? They were like retro PC games.
The point-and-click adventure games. The Lost Atlantis or something.
They were extremely tough.
Yeah.
They were like Prince of Persia era, like original Prince of Persia, and Indiana Jones had a game or two around that time as well.
I know you probably don't watch it. I don't know. You know that Big Bang Theory, and it was like pointed out in that. Yeah, it was pointed out in that that the Indiana Jones in the first movie made no difference to the movie whatsoever. If he wasn't in it, the same things would exactly happen the way it did. The lads would have blew, the Germans,
Yeah.
they would have burned themselves. It doesn't matter if he was there or not. So it was like
That's a fairly, yeah.
they all got annoyed, but I know you don't like the show. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I like it. Fuck off. Say that I don't like The Office. So.
Oh no.
Oh,
Which version?
Let's go.
Which version?
I don't. I would be like, to be fair.
Either or, like,
No,
who cares?
I'll
Just
be
pick
fair.
one and enjoy yourself.
No, but I'll be fair. Like, I've never really sat down and watched them properly, so
Ah.
I won't give it that. But I did try. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and I couldn't get into it. So
It takes a few episodes of Sunny. I think the UK Office is one of the most masterpieces of cringe that's ever been made.
I love the cringe. I love cringe comedy. It's
yeah, but he's
my
a
wife's
very good comedian.
David Brent is the only TV character I've ever shouted at.
Yeah, he's a very good comedian. I still watch all of his stand-ups and everything when he comes on. The
dance scene is one of my favorites.
It's
Even
so
phenomenal.
awkward. It's so
like how can you act that awkwardly? Like, it's just phenomenal acting.
Yeah, it's definitely the comedy of it. Like that was all the way the comedies were back then. Nice dry comedy. Like that was was the Knocked Up, the stuff like that is coming out, or 40-Year-Old Virgin, all that. That 40-Year-Old Virgin is so funny as well.
Yeah, I've seen that film a long time.
I love that film. I love Knocked Up as well, but it's not as funny as 40-Year-Old Virgin.
I want to mention We Love Katamari being released on this.
Yeah.
Those games are like super, super, super cool. You're a little tiny man who starts off with a little ball that's very sticky, and you just roll stuff up and make them bigger and bigger and bigger. And eventually you're like picking up people and buildings and houses and stuff. And
Nice.
it's the soundtrack's really, really good. And the games are like, you play them in like 7-8 minute stretches. So they're like just a nice pick up and play game if anyone's looking for something weird and fun.
Nice. Can't beat it. Indiana Jones.
Sorry to throw this back a little bit, but Horizon, the remaster, is that just a tenner to upgrade?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even notice the
that's
price.
Not so bad. Upgrade PS4. Anyone who owns a PS4 version will be able to upgrade to the PS5 version when it comes out for $9.99.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
That sounds a little strange.
What if you have it on disc?
Yeah.
Because I have it on disc.
Maybe they let you download the
nothing on the disc.
I also don't have a PS5 with a disc tray. Oh,
you can buy it for €120.
Yeah, well, this is becoming a thing of the past anyway. We're not going to have them in 2 more generations, so
yeah,
it should be episode 2, but we'll change it after we were in frames.
Yeah, we had a lot of issues at the start, but appreciate the catch there.
If anyone wants to something to talk about as well, drop it in the comments.
Yeah.
I just saw that. Yeah, VR makes you sick. That's weird. I think there's some VR games I'm fine with, and some VR games give me a real bad headache.
There's definitely a time where you need to get used to that motion because I got very sick at the start as well. But I think you just need to get used to the.
I had to battle through headaches for Half-Life Alyx, but it was worth it.
I love Half-Life, and I haven't got to play Alyx.
It's really good.
Yeah, no, it looks amazing. You might be able to change that, Paddy. We'll do it after. I think it is changed.
Change it now, yeah. Change it now.
Shouldn't this be episode 2? It is. I have episode 2 on YouTube anyway. What is next, guys, on the hit list? Skyrim Grandma.
This is retiring. Sad.
88 years of age. I hope when I'm 88, I'm still gaming.
What a boss.
Absolutely class. Almost anyone can become a star in the age of social media, but few have had the reach of Shirley Curry, aka Skyrim Grandma. At 88 years old, Curry may be the world's oldest video game streamer. She also amassed 1.29 million subscribers on her YouTube page, but now, after 9 years of making Skyrim gameplay videos, Curry is bringing that part of her life to a close. Like, what a story.
Yeah, absolutely.
Say what you want about Skyrim, but I love Skyrim.
This woman has an encyclopedic knowledge of Skyrim.
Yeah. I've seen her. Like she's been around for so long.
And I love the fact
84 years.
I love the fact that she's like, I kind of just want to play video games and not have it be my job. But it is.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still going to talk about books and knitting on my YouTube channel, but no, I'm just going to do gaming offline. I'm like, you're so cool.
Hurry says, I'm tired of it. I'm bored with it. I'm bored to death with it. So I'm making decision now. Totally, finally. I'm not going to be making any more game videos and uploading them.
I cannot imagine like trying it. Like I wouldn't mind like just streaming, but imagine editing and stuff and you look 84. I'd be like, I'm going to sleep. I got a nap here.
More hours in the day though.
Well, there's only 24, like.
I know, but you're not working and you're tired. You need to be doing something.
Yeah.
There's actually another creator I really like, who's an old grandma. Her channel's called Food for Dogs, but she's like in her 70s and she's obsessed with JRPGs. And she buys all the really expensive special editions and does box openings and reviews them, and she's like the coolest person.
I have never seen any of these people. It's like must be missing their algorithms. But like one day it's just gonna be full of old people doing it because we'll all be doing it.
I've been calling the Steam account the retirement fund for quite some time.
Just sit there and play games all day. The day goes so fast when you're gaming though as well. Yeah. We should slow down. I don't want to go.
When you're doing anything you enjoy, it goes fast.
Yep.
Yeah, true. Wearing the Batman mask. I'm Batman.
Time flies.
Time flies when you're Batman.
Even though he can't.
I've played Arkham Knight. He pretty much can.
He pretty much can, yeah. He can glide with style.
Glide, dive bomb, and then somehow get enough momentum to go back up higher than he was originally.
It's still foreign to me. It's still foreign to me that they made him shoot people in the last not the last Batman movie, the Batman movie before. But I was like, don't be shooting people. That's wrong.
The Ben Affleck one.
Yeah, it's like no, don't do that.
Ben Affleck did definitely kill people.
Yeah, he's like shooting people and killing people. No, don't do that.
There's two fight scenes in that film that are really good, but the film itself is the worst piece of trash.
I actually like Man of Steel, but Batman vs Superman is
it's so bad.
The worst.
Why did you say that name?
I'm pretty negative on Man of Steel as well, to be honest.
That's my mother's name.
I get it when people say they don't like Man of Steel. I just think it's much better than a lot of the crap DC released.
I would agree. Yeah. I think it's one of the better bad films that they have.
Yeah, exactly. That's where I'm at with it as well, Aiden. I'm not saying it's a masterpiece, but it's definitely
I think
watchable.
It's a really bad Superman movie. I think it doesn't really understand what Superman is as a character, but it's definitely better put together than the other films.
It's like
Henry Cavill as well.
Man of Emotion, not Man of Steel. That's what that
Henry Cavill is a very likable person.
Yeah, definitely.
Can't wait to see what he does with Warhammer 40k.
100%. No, he's a legend. PC gamer as well.
Yep. That's a good stream if you want to watch something funny. I'm building this PC with his son.
Yeah. It's it's great that he's into the scene. What's he addicted to lately? Is it Diablo? I think he said he was playing. Diablo 4.
Yeah, I know he's working pretty hard on getting that 40k cinematic universe made.
Nice. Yes. Can we talk a little bit about Concord, guys? We didn't touch on that last week.
Didn't mention Concord.
No, I had it in the notes, but we never mentioned it. Just a little bit about Concord, because it's kind of it was a big deal.
Kind of the biggest disaster in video game history.
I think it actually isn't that official now? It's the biggest disaster ever.
If it's not, it's top 2.
I think it is the biggest disaster ever. I have a couple of opinions about it, but does anyone want to kind of go over?
I don't really know much about it.
So Concord was a live action, always online multiplayer shooter developed by I think a couple of ex-Bungie employees for Sony that had almost no advertising, that nobody knew was coming out, and it came out and was doing like 300 or 400 concurrent players. People that have played it said it played pretty well, but it was kind of dull and didn't really have anything new or interesting about it. And yeah, it's just a complete disaster of a game.
Studios.
And then they shut it down. And it wasn't even one of those, we're gonna try and relaunch this later. People don't even know if this is ever coming back. This might just be done forever. I think
More than likely.
Encore 2?
what does it cost 400 million? It cost 400 million, and I don't think it's sold more than 10,000 copies.
So here's the details. E.T., we all remember that one, buried in the desert.
Yeah.
That sold 2.5 million copies within the space of 2 months. Concord sold 25,000 copies.
Didn't E.T. sold that many?
Like, that's
Wow.
ridiculous.
It's currently ranked number 9,327 in Amazon video game charts.
That's amazing. Like, it was on all the stores. Well, it was on Steam. It was on Epic.
It's the biggest disaster in video game history.
And it was PlayStation. Yeah, it was on PS5.
It was the first weekend that it had like 300 concurrent players.
That's unusual, though. It's shocking, actually.
Like, here's the thing. I didn't hear, but I follow video game news pretty closely. And I don't know if I like seen a trailer and forgot about it, but in my head, I didn't hear about Concord until I heard it was a disaster.
Yeah, no, I didn't hear about Concord either.
I think what they tried to do is more like a bit of a stealth launch, and I think one of the biggest issues is, one, nobody knew that it was coming, and two, the market is absolutely flooded with these 5v5 shooters. I mean, we had the finals come out recently.
Yeah.
There's Valorant, which is just, it's not going to be topped by that. You have Overwatch 2. What they needed to do is they needed to release this as a free-to-play game and get people playing the bloody thing. Like, instead of releasing it for 40 quid.
It was 40 quid for a live service game that nobody knew about.
Get people playing it. I would have tried it out if it was free, and then you get people playing it, and then you can start doing the tournaments, try and get it into the esports scene and build it up that way.
Yeah.
But
so it had a budget of 400 million. Was it the Irish government that made this?
Okay, do you want me to read the funniest line I've ever read in the history of the world? The game was intended as a tentpole title for Sony, who believed it would eventually expand into a Star Wars level franchise with numerous spin-offs.
Star Wars level.
Oh, but like, I'm very happy. I remember hearing a couple of years ago Sony was like 7 or 8 live service games in development. I'm very happy to see them all fail because this needs to end.
Maybe there's not enough peanuts in the bowl.
There's not enough time in the universe for all the forever games people are trying to make.
Yeah, well, if you get a forever game though, it's a bloody cash cow.
Yeah, but like,
so
everybody already has one.
Yeah, it's so hard to get. Riot and even Blizzard are
like Final Fantasy 14 is just still going.
Yeah,
forever game.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 14, World of Warcraft, Destiny. These games have existed now for at least 10 years, and
Escape from Tarkov.
You're not you're not going to get, like, you need to be either completely new and doing something totally different.
Yeah.
You're not going to bring people away from these games they've been with for years by releasing the same game.
Especially if you don't advertise a lot. Like, I didn't hear about it.
I'll throw a caveat to that. So
I thought it was an airplane.
There's another game coming out called Deadlock. Exact same style of game, a hero shooter being developed by Valve, and they're doing it right. They're allowing people to try out the game. I think there's actually a closed beta going on at the moment. As far as I know, it's going to be a free to play, and people will get their hands on it. With Concord, it just released, and that was it. And they were like very surprised that nobody bought the game.
Yeah, Valve kind of gets to break the laws of games, though. Yeah,
but then Concord was going up against behemoths of hero shooters, and it's such a it's like the extraction shooters. It's like the World of Warcrafts. It's also the MOBAs. It's Dota and it's League of Legends. Anyone else that comes in, like there was a game called Smite, which wasn't too bad, but it stick around for too long.
Smite is still around. Smite is a huge game.
Smite is still around, is it? Okay, that's good to
Smite
know.
2. Smite became Smite 2, and Smite has a really rabid fan base.
Frame says Concord had
Deadlock is actually trying to take from the Smite audience because it's a shooter style MOBA. That is what they're trying to do, is their own version of Smite.
I think it's I think it's cases there's too many bloody games that are just not good.
There
Like
is.
there's like a lot out that, and then there's so much to pick from. Like a lot of people are playing games that they started playing 4 or 5 years ago, and
Yeah.
that's a lot of people. As again, forever
Been
games,
playing
you
Destiny
stick.
for a decade.
Yeah, and people kind of pick the game and they stick with it. Like people are still playing DayZ flat out. That's probably one of the biggest things on Twitch.
I went
And
back to World of Warcraft 3 weeks ago, and I started playing that when I was 17.
So did I,
yeah,
Eden.
Went back.
Free level up to level
Yeah.
20.
We just, it's so nice to
It's
go back to that game.
bloody amazing, the first part of that game.
Yeah.
Just
I've
questing around.
never,
it's amazing.
ever played it. I must try it sometime for the crack.
Quality.
Quality.
And as
Quality.
well as that, I actually think they made a huge mistake as well, because like this Concord, it was very obviously tried to be an Overwatch shooter. It was, I think Overwatch is in decline, so that kind of makes sense. But this is the year that Marvel Rivals is coming out, and Marvel Rivals looks like it's going to take the world by storm in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
Like
I
that-
haven't
Yes.
seen, but
Great.
Wolverine.
Yeah,
I've
people are
seen that.
genuinely hyped for that game, but that game's coming out for free, and that game has been beta tested and alpha tested, and people are really excited for it.
Well, that's good. Can't beat a bit of Marvel, even though they haven't done much.
Rainbow
lately.
Six Siege is 9 years and going. Definitely. Like,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like, these games are the shooters that Concord needed to compete with. And, like, I still
I'll-
play Siege.
I'll say one thing: with Siege is doing the way I think. I've said it a few times, but Siege, the way they have their updates and everything that they do, I think that's the way FIFA should go, and the way any racing game should go, and all that updates like that all the way, and have like you can buy into seasons and stuff like that. It'd be so much better. Siege does it really well.
It wouldn't make it much Paddy.
You don't think so?
FIFA could do it now because
Yeah.
they're not reliant on the FIFA license. The problem with FIFA was it cost more for the FIFA license than FIFA made by a year of sales alone.
Like,
1
what if they
billion.
did it? What if they did like a season pass every 4 months or something?
Yeah, they have. There is a season pass in FIFA
There is,
now,
there is,
this year.
there is.
Yeah,
Oh,
on the
is
new
there?
one.
But I was kind of, and then up like they just were silly that. But I know they don't make as much money, so I don't. I'm not in that making. But I wish it would go like that.
I'd love to see the numbers because I reckon they make more money with people buying packs than
Oh, I'd say so. Yeah,
by the
think
purchase
it's
of the
10
game
to
at the
1.
start.
yeah, 20 to 1.
Yeah, so I'd love it, Paddy. You know, if I didn't have to. But I suppose there's the whole thing with the next year. There's possibly a new engine that they have to use to build a game. There's issues around that. Maybe at every 2 or 3 years they could have just buy it once and then you have the next 3
but they're
seasons.
not going to. They're not going to. So
No, absolutely not.
I'd say
I've been playing it. It's good. I like it.
yeah, it's a new mode in it. It's like a 5-side, 4-side, 5-side.
Yeah, rush mode. Yeah, it's really fun. It's just very laid back. You just go. You can drop in randomly, or you can drop in with 4 friends, and it's like a 5-a-side game of footy down in the local park.
AstroTurf.
That
Yeah,
is the
What's
coolest
really
thing I've heard FIFA do in so long.
it is definitely the coolest thing. It just reminds me of like not really caring about winning or losing, and just going in and having fun. And
FIFA Streets. That's what it looks like.
yeah, it was FIFA Street, but it has an effect on the other game modes. So Ultimate
Okay.
Team, you're unlocking packs even though you're playing Rush. Everything now is linked back to the season pass. So if you play manager mode or like an offline season, everything gets put towards your season pass, which I kind of like. Just allows you to play everything and have some progression while you're doing it.
Yeah. No. Well, it's good. I haven't played a FIFA. Well, I haven't bought a FIFA game in years. I only buy them if we're doing like a competition or something, and then I'll jump in and play it. I haven't got that much interest in it. But like it's always good to play with your brother or something at Christmas, or have the crack. It's a great game to play with your friends at home. Multiplayers back in the day.
One of those kind of games that like people that don't play games all the time can jump
Yeah.
on and have a go. Like
Mhm.
I'd kind of class Call of Duty like that as people that are not playing every game that's released. Call of Duty is something that everybody can jump in and have a goof around with.
East E says Ubisoft games are so by the book. They need a new book. Yeah,
Yeah,
Do need a new book. I agree.
a lot of people
100%.
need a lot of like films, every kind of thing needs a new book at this stage. They're all going by the book. We've been
I don't-
saying it for years.
Adam says, only had this conversation with one of the lads the other day. Yearly games, F1, FIFA, 2K games are all hyper expensive DLCs of the previous year. But like I said, it's all about the money.
Yeah, with like one huge update
Agree.
every 4 years usually. That's the way they seem to do it.
Yeah.
Or they changed the buttons a couple of bits, and you get annoyed then because they changed the buttons. Stop changing the buttons.
No, this year it's footballing IQ is their new system.
Is it?
Yeah, that's the new one.
Oh Lord.
And I bet you it's the same as the system that they released in 2011, maybe.
Could be.
Yeah. They sometimes do that. New first touch. Hold on a second. That was in 2006.
Yeah.
Just scrapping through old code. What can we sell to these idiots this year?
It's so funny going into CEX and stuff, and all you see is all the FIFAs. It's just they're all for sale.
Yeah.
They don't. I don't even think they take them anymore. There's that many people just try and get rid of them.
Yeah,
because once the year is up, like they're gone in the corner. Like
I won a competition where I won every edition of FIFA, and I have them all here behind me. Like I'm not gonna lie, I like throughout my game and his like time as a gamer, I've played Pro Evolution. I absolutely love it, and
yeah, it was a good game.
Every time a new FIFA or FC it is now comes out, there is a buzz around the start of the season. I'm not gonna lie, jumping on, playing co-ops, doing the ultimate team. It's not for everyone, and it is quite tough. Like when you're playing lads that are a lot younger, a lot better than you, but I've enjoyed it anyway. It's
better looking, freaking horrible, isn't it?
Well, the thing about I got a new monitor as well, so it does look absolutely crisp in 1440.
He was just looking for a reason to say that. In 3 weeks we got it out. Did I mention I got a new monitor?
240 hertz.
240 I'm kind of a big deal.
The miss was like, go on, get something for the PC. I was like, oh, can I get a new monitor? The one I have is hurting my eyes, even though I have 3 monitors in front of me. I was like, yeah, go on. She was like, wait a second, where is it?
I need to get a new. I want to get one for a vertical because just for chat.
Yeah, I have a vertical.
I need to show you my monitor, Paddy. I bought a monitor. I spent probably too much money on it. I bought the greatest second monitor of all time.
Why?
It's called the LG Square Up.
Right.
And it's a big square monitor. It has 2 separate HDMI ports, so you can use it as 2 screens if you want.
Oh, nice.
Or one big screen. It is the greatest second monitor of all time. So good.
That's the good thing about the PC is it takes putting so many ports into it.
And like how I have it is like I have it. There's 2 settings. There's the setting where I have it by one big screen, or there's one screen on the top that's the PC, and the other screen's my Switch.
It looked like you have 20 screens there, Ron.
Yeah, I know.
There's the chat. That's handy.
You can imagine it was an interesting conversation when she came in. I had the 3 of them set up. She was like, do you really need that many screens?
No, I here's That's cool.
Nice.
Just amazing.
The answer is yes. Once you have 3 screens, you can never go back.
Monitors actually dropped in price a good bit. Like you can get a good monitor now very cheap.
400 quid mine was. It was on sale, back to school sale on Amazon, and it's been definitely like playing games on it has been a massive upgrade. Like even on the PS5, the standard PS5, everything just looks absolutely crisp.
What size is it?
Sorry?
What size?
It is a 28-inch.
Oh, okay.
Try and turn Tarkov back now to what you had it at. You'll see some difference.
Never.
I'm never going back. I'm never going back.
It's like going from the old SCART leads to HD. Remember that change? Like that was ridiculous.
The first time I took the component cables out of a 360 and put a HDMI cable in, I was like, oh my god, my life has changed.
Yeah. No, that was a huge
I can read text.
Was it 720p was the first?
Yeah, that's HD. 720's HD.
720.
Yeah. And then is it 1080 is Ultra HD? Is that what it's called?
They're just all kind of HD. I went from SCART to a HDMI cable with my 360.
Yeah. No,
probably the same with me.
There's a big difference in like on Twitch, I think it's 720 for mobile and 1080 then for a lot of people go 720. You don't notice on the mobile, but you do notice it on the monitor.
Twitch is mobile app terrible.
Yeah, well, it's not. Yeah. It's not. It's definitely got worse than it used to be because you're trying to, especially like you're trying to watch the people that you usually watch, and it just gives you a big random list of people. Like, I want to go back to my friends.
Do you ever see the video where the guy, the CEO, unveils the app for the first time, the new version of the app?
No.
He pulls out his phone, and every streamer that he's following is just an attractive woman.
No, no.
Oh no.
Wasn't it Dan Clancy?
Creep alert.
Good enough for him. I'm just supporting them.
You pulled your phone out in an interview to show people this. I was like, oh my god, this guy has balls.
Yeah. Even though my phone doesn't have that stuff on it, I'd still be dodgy about it. Like, what, just in case. It's like when you leave a shop, and you didn't buy anything. You're
I
not
would not
sure.
like to put my phone up to show my phone on video live somewhere. I
No,
would not like that.
just in case somebody probably messaged you something. You're not just a random word. Oh no!
I have a group chat that I would not want leaked to the world.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Just to kind of bring it back a little bit, I did have a topic of the week that I wanted to discuss. Maybe might be a little bit difficult at the moment, or even at the end of the year. But I was going to ask, what do you think is going to win Game of the Year this year? Anyone in the chat as well? We'd love to hear your opinions as well.
I think Baldur's Gate is going to win, isn't it?
That was last year.
Yeah, last year.
Oh, was it? That's how far behind I am. I don't know. I really haven't played any new games this year. I'll be not completely honest. Like, but
I'll go through the games that are released here. I had the list here earlier on.
Yeah. Well, what games were big this year? If we think about it.
My list is probably going to say Balatro. Like, I think I've played more Balatro than anything else this year.
I think Elden Ring, even though it's a DLC, is going to win it.
Can it win it? Yeah.
Is that allowed?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Nobody knows. Like, they're saying that is the best piece of gaming to come out, but it's the fact that it's a DLC. Will it be allowed to win? So yeah,
well, that Astrobot with it. A lot of people seem to be really hyped.
Astrobot, yeah, that could win definitely.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is extremely good. It's too long, but it's extremely good.
Well, fair play to them with Final Fantasy. They thought it'd never come out.
Yeah, you won that one, Eden.
Helldivers 2 was really good. I liked Helldivers 2.
Helldivers 2 was great.
Yeah.
Game of the Year? I don't know.
Don't know. I'm just looking at the list here. My housemate really likes Space Marine 2, but I haven't played it yet.
I have.
Not meant to run great.
Can Tarkov win? No.
Yeah, I think that's why he bought it on Xbox.
If it's released this year, it can. But I think they said that they're going to release it next year, Paddy. 2025. They want to be done with it.
Believe I want to see it.
Oh wait, really? They're actually getting to the point where they're like 1.0?
Yeah. Next year they want it done. Like, they're basically sick of working on it. They want to basically finish up and then start working on their next game.
Oh, okay. And are they going to like leave a team sort of keeping it?
Yeah.
Is
so
that the idea?
The PvE is allowing for mod support, which is going to know what mods can do on the PC. So yeah, that's going to have us playing it for a few years after anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, Balatro is like my game of the year. I've played so much of that game. It's great.
Black Myth Wukong. I haven't.
Yeah, that's a game that I haven't played yet. There was a lot of hype on it before. That's the Monkey King. So
yeah,
there's
I saw a couple of streamers playing it.
It looks good. It looks fun. I'm not sure whether it kind of.
Did Anthem come out this year?
Yeah, all the games. Anthem.
That this year?
The EA failed game that came out.
Yeah,
the Iron Man game.
Was that this year? That was last year.
It was like 10 years ago.
Anthem.
Was it? Wasn't 10.
Anthem was a while back.
Astrobot is fantastic. Love Helldivers, and I'm playing Elden Ring at the minute. Lucy Allen. Big support.
I really want to get Astrobot, but it's one of those things where like I just need to.
The guys at Giant Bomb are comparing it to like the 3D Mario games. They're saying it's that good.
It's one of those things where like, can I spend 80 quid on just a platformer? But I probably can.
If you wait till this time next year, it'll probably come out on PS Plus.
But I won't. I can't. I'm not a waiter. Waiting's not my thing.
Anyone play Dragon's Dogma 2? I love the original, but I haven't got to play the second one just yet.
I heard it had a lot of problems and to hold off for a while, so I haven't played it yet.
Yeah.
I have to get my PlayStation 5 fixed.
Still
haven't got the HDMI. The child stood on the back of it and broke the HDMI port, so I probably have to get that soldered back on. But I'll get it done. I have to get it. There's no games. Probably GTA 6 before I bloody fix it. I'll see.
I love hearing us Europeans pronouncing solder properly.
Why? Solder.
Yeah, solder. Yeah.
Anthem was
the Yanks pronounced it solder.
Solder.
What's the L? Yanks.
Jesus. What'd you say, Roland?
Anthem was in 2019. Friends.
All right. I don't. Everything's blended into it.
Are you sure you're talking about the EA game, the kind of Mass Effect third-person shooter?
Destiny with Iron Man armor.
No, you might be thinking of a different game.
There could be. Is there any more games to come out this year? Oh, we did talk about some of them. There's a lot coming out in October, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just having
we
to
talked
scan through here. There's not much here. Shadow
The
of the
best
Earth
game that came
Tree.
out this year is Super Paper Mario 2, A Thousand Year Door, but that's a game that's like 15 years old. It's just re-released. It's a masterpiece.
Is that the Mario game they didn't tell anyone was coming out and it came out?
No, 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 no. Super Mario 2, Paper Mario 2 it was a GameCube game. It's like one of them. I think it's one of the best written games ever made. It's like a comedy masterpiece of a game.
Oh, cool.
Anyone played the first Descendant? Seemed to die fairly quickly after release.
Yeah, that's another thing. I was like, I just don't need another Destiny. I have a mate that plays it, and he says it's pretty good, but it's like nothing spectacular.
We'll see. Tekken 8, yeah.
Tekken 8 is fantastic.
Tekken 8 is good.
Fan
I
Dabby
got a
Dozy.
trial of that, and I loved every minute.
Oh, Tekken is great. Ayachi's coming soon.
I was thinking as well. I was thinking we're in November. I wanted to do a 24-hour stream for men's mental health.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm going to start getting things in line and maybe get a few other male streamers to get involved. And I was looking, I've been thinking about it a lot because there's a lot of people going through a lot of struggle. And there was somebody talking about today on the radio was like a lot of men are lonely and a lot of like don't talk. And, so it'd be good I think it'd be good to have a stream around it and get a few guests on, do a podcast, stuff like that. It'd be interesting to have a good day like that.
That'd be a good time to do like an overall, let's bring in the community and talk about Game of the Year.
Yeah, in November. Yeah, no, definitely.
100%.
No, I was because Ronan mentioned it there last week or week before, but I think it's a good idea. Think
Yeah.
about it a lot. Think about it a lot. 'Cause
I just
there's
have a lot of
cost.
people that I know that are going, they are struggling, and a lot of people don't want to talk about it because they don't want to bring other people down. But I think if we have a kind of a positive space where we can come in and just allow people to come in and have a good time and
Yeah, no, I
say that
already
they're
want
not
to do it.
okay, and maybe there'll be some like contacts that we can have. Like I work in somewhat of the industry of mental health recovery, so if there's any help that you need, if you can't find it yourself, I'd definitely be up for helping anyone out because it's affected
Nothing
all
screams
of us.
nothing screams mental health awareness like doing a 24-hour stream that will destroy your mental health.
Yeah.
It don't. I enjoy joining you. Great
Oh,
crack.
I love
Great
We
that.
crack.
did 14 hours the other night, Paddy.
Yeah,
I swear to God, I would have went on and did 24.
I did hit a bit of a wall there, but I would have kept going. I would have kept going. But it was no, they're definitely. I do have great crack doing them.
I think trying to find each other on DayZ was the moment we were like
I'm
kind of
getting off.
tired.
Yeah, I'm getting off this. It was
But
too
then
dark.
quite
We turned on
like
Tarkov,
camaraderie.
and it was like 4 hours later then.
What's that?
There's nothing quite like the camaraderie at like 5 in the morning, and everyone's like, "Oh, we're still
Like
here."
you can do it. You can do it.
Yeah, you can do it. Don't fall asleep. Keep your eyes
Yeah,
open.
and I suppose just an update on that. So my wife is doing another walk in 2 weeks' time, and from the stream and from a previous walk that she did, she's actually up to nearly 3.5 grand. So
Jesus
like
Christ.
it's phenomenal the effort that's been put in.
That's
and
mental.
yeah, no, it's crazy.
Is
So
there a
thank
link
you
we can put
everyone
in the
that did
in the
donate.
description?
And what's that?
Is there a link we can put in the description?
I think it's in the YouTube one already. Yeah,
Nice.
I can
think-
try and find it here.
that's nuts. Fair play to her.
May have closed. No, yeah, I'll find it and I'll put it in the description afterwards.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's amazing. So if we can bring the community together to do something around men's mental health, I think that'd be great as well. It's just
Middle-aged men. Mental health.
did I say middle aged?
No, me. I'm only joking.
All right, yeah, middle aged man. Yeah, that comes with its own issues as well.
But there was a man on the radio and he was saying today for a man, like a family man, it's very hard for him to put himself first ever because he always has to feel guilt about something. And that it's true, like where he's like, you have to go to work. And then if you come home and you sit there and you don't do stuff with the kids, you feel guilty about it. And if you don't make time for if you don't do this, you feel guilt. And I think that's men all over. And they don't make time for themselves. And it's happening everywhere.
Reject the Catholic guilt that isn't bred.
It's not the
into us from
it's not Catholic guilt. It's modern day social media telling us how to be, what way you should act. Like it's a lot of
Ireland's
that as well.
particularly bad for it.
Ireland is horrible bad for
Yeah.
everything.
But that's we are bred to be guilty people.
Yeah, like it's not nice. But I go through it myself with guilt. Like if you don't, I say yes to everything, and that's a bad thing. Where like anyone asks me to do it, and yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And then you just never stop saying yeah. Do you know that way? And if I did say no, I'd be guilty. I feel guilty about it. And it's just, and I think that happens a lot to a lot of people.
Paddy, God, I give you a hug right now. Fuck, man, do I relate?
It's the truth.
Oh, it's
It's the
wild hard to
truth.
say no to. I find it so hard to say no to people.
Like when I've got two daughters and I've got my mother and my sister, I look after everybody. I try to look after me as much as I can, and then I feel because they're all, I feel guilty. And if I change my tone, even I feel guilty about it. Do you know kind of way?
Yeah, I never even thought about that as being a thing that's controlled by guilt. I don't know. I've had that thing in my whole life where like, I feel I need to please people and just say yes to things.
Yeah. People
Yeah.
pleaser. That's
Yeah.
I think that's something we all share, but it's there's always reasons behind it. And I think even Paddy, just while we're talking about it here, even if we could get some professionals in that
Mhm.
are maybe mental health psychologists that would maybe even have a 5-minute video
I'd say
recording.
I'd say there's definitely people out there that are trying to bring more awareness to it. So we could find them and see if they
Yeah.
want to come on and talk to us about things. Because there's a lot of lads in our community, a lot of men. There's a lot of women as well. Don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of men there as well. And I think it's gaming as well. It can be a big escape for people, and sometimes they
Yeah.
use it. They use it to make up for things in their own lives, which is fine. But you can't be doing too much either. You need to be exercising. You need to be engaging. I'm not. I'm an introvert, big time. Even though I've seemed like I'm I have big personality online or whatever. But I would never go out talking to anyone. I pass my time with people, but I wouldn't go out of my way to go have a big meet up with people or anything like that. But I think that's a big thing.
Definitely.
Yeah. No,
No,
we'll
no,
do all that.
100%.
We'll
Yeah,
do
that'd
all
be
that.
great. And
I
anyone that is
can't.
in the chat that wants to be part of that or wants to help us out, like there is a lot of work that goes into setting up a 24-hour stream. So my light went off. Apologies, but if there is anyone that wants to have
Expect
any sort of
technical
involvement,
difficulties like that.
expect the technical difficulties. Yeah, I mean, it's part of the show now at this stage.
Yeah, it's definitely part of the show.
My PlayStation is actually powering my light. That's all my PlayStation does now. It's a light powers my light. I think the Pro actually will make it a little bit brighter, so I'll probably end up buying one.
Forgot about the Pro.
But,
The Pro came out today for. It didn't sell
Pre-order?
out that quickly. I don't know if it's sold out, but it wasn't sold out earlier on this evening. For pre-order.
I want a
think
great
it's-
controller.
There was a Fortnite one as well coming out, isn't there? A Fortnite controller. As well, something like that today.
Oh, it looks like a
Yeah.
bit of a mess, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I want the great controller. I think it's really nice looking.
Yeah.
But I also only have one PS5 controller, so I wouldn't feel too guilty with buying it because the battery level on them is so bad.
I wouldn't. To be honest, with the PC I have, I couldn't ever see myself being a PS5 Pro. To be honest,
Yeah,
I don't think. No, not at the minute. Anyway.
Unless it drops down and the PlayStation is on its last legs, but you might as well just wait out for a
I actually-
PS6.
I almost think that the PS4 Pro will never go down in price until the PS6
No.
comes out.
No,
Well, the
definitely not.
PlayStation 5
And
standard went up,
price.
so like it's
Everyone's
going the
got
wrong
them
way,
price.
guys.
Everyone's got them price. Bastards.
It's on sale. It's going up.
Like I think the Switch has come down more in price than the PS5 has.
Yeah, I think the Switch is kind of in a similar vein. It doesn't go up or down.
It was sold out at the 30th anniversary control. But 30th anniversary one probably sold out pretty quick.
That's what I want. I want that great controller.
Yeah, well, that's a limited
What's this?
edition. Like people are getting that because of the
Resale value.
yeah, exactly, Paddy.
I have 6 to raffle. I'm only joking.
€50 ticket.
Come at me, bro.
But we leave it there, guys. It's been an amazing show. I just want to thank everyone in the chat as well for joining us. Like we're getting there. We had
These are a
bit
bunch
of
of
an
legends.
issue. Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly, like it's great to see so many there and
I'll get a
supporting us.
news video out tomorrow as well.
Yeah, perfect. We'll have one of them every week on YouTube. And if you can, and if you do like the content, please do hit the thumbs up. I don't really like saying this because everyone bloody says it, but if you could subscribe as well, it really helps. We are targeting to try and get 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so
Hit the little bell.
I think we're going to do it. Yeah. Oh yeah, hit the little notification. But there you go. Sorry, Aidan.
We love it. The thing we love most is when people watch live. So you come live, we really appreciate it too. So it's really nice of you
Yeah,
to be
it's
here.
really
And if you're
important.
watching after, we're sorry if it's not edited. we'll work on it. We'll work on it.
Yeah. Paddy, where can the good folks find you if they want to chat to you?
Anywhere you see the Republican players, mostly on the gaming community, we do have a private messenger chat. I was trying to get the Get the lads, get the wrestling chat going this week. Hopefully you get that going and get the different F1 does. People do come back talking about that. But whatever you want to talk about, let me know.
Yeah, there's a good group of guys in the F1. I'm in
Yeah.
there. But yeah, definitely the normal.
I was going to think about WhatsApp group, but I don't. Maybe too many groups is too many. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I honestly today was a mess with the groups. The amount of groups that were popping up for me.
Was
so the less amount of groups that I'm in, the better. But the ones that are there are really good. Like the Republic of Players one.
The problem is your admin. That's all all of them.
I don't have any notifications on my phone or the PC, so my phone doesn't beep 24/7. But when I do go to look at it, there's like way too much to look through. I got the controller pre-ordered. I have the 25th anniversary one as well. Nice. Yeah, that's cool. Appreciate the support, guys. Aidan, where can the good folks find you?
I'm on Twitter, AODHAIN616. That's the Irish spelling of Aidan.
Nice.
Deadly. Yeah, catch me on Republic of Players as well. In that group chat, I'm kind of always in there. Great to see. Honestly, there's the level of knowledge that some of the guys have in there with gaming, and it's great to see like so many different games being talked about, and just a lot of positivity as well. Like there's nobody biting down anyone's throat, and that's what we really like about the Republic. It's at the end of the day, we're just group of people that are trying to get by, and we go to game to just, as Paddy says, just to have a little bit of escapism and forget about the world for a little bit. So really appreciate the positivity in there. I'm also streaming over on the Alpha Fox on Twitch, and drop me a comment over there on my YouTube channel as well with the same name. Really appreciate everyone, guys, and we will see you next week, same time, same place. Catch you later, guys.
Bye. Holy John's here. Bye.